Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, dear students. I am Ghulam Mustafa, subject specialist in English at Divisional Public School and Inter College, Sahiwal.
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Dear students, today we are going to learn change of voice in the future indefinite tense. You have learnt earlier the change of voice in the present and past indefinite tenses. Objectives. By the end of working on the said topic, you will be able to identify the active and passive voice, learn the reason of using active or passive voice, relate the previous learning of change of voice in the present and past indefinite with the future indefinite tense. And in the end, you will be able to change the voice in the future indefinite tense. Let us recall our previous learning. Identify active and passive voice sentences. Sentence number 1 is you are guided by your seniors. Number 2, I take tea in the breakfast. Number 3, we didn't match the columns correctly. And number 4, were the students encouraged by the teacher? Now think about the solution. Sentence number 1 is you are guided by your seniors. To identify which sentence is active and which sentence is passive, we will have to see that which sentence has the subject actively engaged and in which sentence action or the object is given importance. In this sentence, we observe that subject is not actively engaged, rather action or the object is given importance. So it is passive voice. From these 2 points, whether subject is active in the given sentence or action or the object is given importance, from these 2 points we will learn which sentence is active and which sentence is passive. Now sentence number 2. Many of you have guessed correctly. In this sentence, I take tea in the breakfast. The subject is actively engaged, so sentence number 2 is active voice. Now see sentence number 3. We did not match the columns correctly. In this sentence, observe, is the subject actively engaged or action or recipient is given more importance? That in sentence number 3, subject is actively engaged, so sentence number 3, we did not match the columns correctly, is active voice. In sentence number 4, it is obvious that the object or the action is given importance, so it is passive voice. Now we move further. We are making a link with our previous learning in change of voice in the simple present tense. You are given sentences and you will make their passive. Sentence number 1 is she watches the Hollywood movies. Number 2, they do not make a noise. Number 3, does the child play the high definition games? Number 4, who does not support his own team? Dear students, you should take your pencil and notebook and write the solution of your own, making the passive of the given sentence. Sentence number 1, make its passive. She watches the Hollywood movies. Here is its solution. The Hollywood movies are watched by her. Now match your answer with the solution. Make corrections where necessary. Sentence number 2, they do not make a noise. Again, make the observation. Identify object in the given sentence. Then see what is the main verb or what is the transitive verb of the given sentence and what is the subject of the active voice. Now make the passive in your notebook. Here it's passive. Here is the passive of sentence number 2. A noise is not made by them. Again, match your answer with the solution of sentence number 2. Make necessary corrections. Sentence number 3. Does the child play the high definition games? Write the solution in your notebook. Here is the passive of sentence number 3. Are the high definition games played by the child? Dear students, match the answer. Dear students, match the answer with the solution and make necessary corrections. Then sentence number 4. Who does not support his own team? Make its passive in your notebook. The passive of sentence number 4 is by whom is his own team not supported? Dear students, make corrections of sentence number 4 if any. Dear students, let us revise the method of making passive in the simple present tense. The object of the active voice takes place of the subject. Then we use is, am or are with past participle form of the transitive verb. And in the third place, the subject of the active voice takes place of the object with the preposition by. Now we are making link with the change of voice in the simple past tense. Now we are making a link with the previous learning of change of voice in the simple past tense. Now make the passive of the given sentence. The solution. These students, again you will write the solution of the given sentences in your notebook and then compare the given solution. Again you are making the passive of the past indefinite of the given sentences one by one. The solution. Dear students, make passive of the given sentence in your notebook. Now match the answer with the solution. English was studied keenly by her. Dear students, make corrections if necessary. Sentence number 2. I did not go to the park yesterday. Make passive in your notebook. Oh, the verb go is intransitive. Its action does not pass to any object, so its passive is not possible. Now students, make the passive of the third sentence. Did our prefect deliver the speech well? Its passive is was the speech delivered well by our prefect. Dear students, make corrections of your answer if necessary. Sentence number 4. Why did you miss the video lecture? Make its passive in your notebook. Its passive is why was the video lecture missed by you? Dear students, make necessary corrections of sentence number 4 in passive. Now let us revise the method of making passive of the simple past tense. At first, the object of the active voice takes place of the subject. Number 2, we use was or were with past participle form of the transitive verb. And point number 3 is the subject of the active voice takes place of the object using the preposition by. Now we learn the change of voice in the future indefinite tense in the affirmative sentences. Observe the change of voice in the given sentences. The active voice is our team will win the match. Its passive is the match will be won by our team. Dear students, observe changes from active to passive. Another active voice in the future indefinite tense. I shall not deceive my friends. Its passive is my friends will not be deceived by me. Its passive is my friends will not be deceived by me. Dear students, observe the change of voice in the given sentences. Let us draw the method of change of voice in the affirmative sentences of future indefinite tense. Active voice is our team will win the match. Its passive is the match will be won by our team. Active voice number 2, I shall not deceive my friends. Its passive is my friends will not be deceived by me. Now the method of changing voice from active to passive is, first change is the same as of the present indefinite, past indefinite and future indefinite. That is, the object of active voice sentence takes place of the subject. And number 2, we use will or shall be plus past participle form of the transitive verb. And number 3, the change is the same as we make passive of the present indefinite, past indefinite and future indefinite. The subject of the active voice sentence takes place of the object using by. Dear students, let us make a diagram of changing voice in the future indefinite tense. In active voice, subject comes first. Our team will win the match. Our team is the subject. Will win is the verb form of the future indefinite tense, and the match is the object of the active voice. Now, as a rule, there will be exchange of positions of object and subject. The object of the active voice, the match, takes place of the subject in the passive voice, the match. Let us observe the change regarding verb. Will win will be changed into will be won, and the subject of the active voice will take place of the object in the passive voice using by our team. The object of the active voice takes place of the subject in the passive voice. Will win will be changed into will be won, and the subject of the active voice will take place of the object of the passive voice. Our team will be changed into by our team. Now we will discuss the change of voice in the interrogative and WH questions. The first sentence is the interrogative sentence of active voice in the future indefinite tense. Will the child break the glass? See the passive. Will the glass be broken by the child? Dear students, observe changes from active to passive. Another sentence is, why will they cut the trees? Its passive is, Why will the trees be cut by them? Next sentence. How will the parents engage their children for a long time? Next sentence is, how will the parents engage their children for a long time? Its passive is, how will the children be engaged by the parents for a long time? Next sentence is, who will support us in keeping our environment clean? Its passive is, by whom shall we be supported in keeping our environment clean? In all these sentences, the exchange of subject and object from active to passive is the same, and the form of the verb is also from will. Verb first form is to will be past participle. Dear students, you will observe that after WH question we must use the helping verb will or shall, and after that there is the same method of making passive from active voice. Now there is an exercise with self-assessment. You will change the voice of the given sentences. You will make the passive of the given sentences in the future indefinite tense, and you will mark yourself all along. Sentence number 1 is, my country will enjoy prosperity. Make its passive in your notebook. Its passive is, prosperity will be enjoyed by my country. Dear students, solution is there. Mark yourself. Now we'll go to sentence number 2. They will not complete the task on time. Write its solution in your notebook. Its passive is, the task will not be completed by them on time. Match your answer with this solution. Mark yourself. Sentence number 3. Will you help the needy? Write its solution in your notebook. Its passive is, will the needy be helped by you? Mark yourself. Sentence number 4. Why shall we begin the new projects? Its passive is, why will the new projects be begun by us? Mark yourself. Sentence number 5 is, who will cut the rope? Write its passive in your notebook. Its passive is, by whom will the rope be cut? Mark yourself, please. Now there is an interesting voice game for you. At first it is about active voice, different subjects and objects. We have the verb read. It is a transitive verb. We'll make sentences with different subjects and objects, like the sentence, as the subject of the given sentence is, these students will read. Now we can think of the object. Its object may be a new lesson. The students will read a new lesson. Can we think of different subject and object? Yes. The different subject is we, and for we use shall. We shall read. The verb is same. We shall read. What will be the object? The different object is there. The object is a novel. We shall read a novel. Similarly, we can think a different subject and object of the verb read, like. Now the subject is the teacher. The teacher will read. Next, the teacher will read. Can we add a new object? Yes. The teacher will read the poem. Now another aspect of this interesting game and is about passive voice. We are using the same verb with different subject and object. At first, an essay will be written by the students. Another sentence may be notes will be written by the teachers. Another new sentence using the same verb is the report will be written by the officer. By playing such interesting games, you can learn to make active and passive voice creatively. Dear students, let us recapitulate our today's learning. At first, we use active voice when the subject is actively engaged. Secondly, we use passive voice when the object or action is more important. Number 3, intransitive verb cannot be made passive. The method in changing active to passive in the simple future tense is: at first, the object of the active voice takes place of the subject. Next, we use will or shall, be and past participle form of the transitive verb. And then the subject of the active voice takes place of the object with by. Dear students, please note the homework. Pick the sentences of the active voice of the future indefinite tense from the chapter number 24, Oxford Grammar Tree, and dear students, at the end, I would advise you to follow the precautionary measures strictly in this pandemic situation. It is good for you, for your family, and for all of us. Thank you very much. God bless you.